not too distant future, the government is run for profit by a new royal class of multinational CEOs. Their greed and absolute control of the economy has reduced all but a privileged few to lives of poverty and desperation. Out of the oppressed masses rose an underground band of partisan fighters focused on overthrowing these powerful rulers. The valiant efforts of these rebels have created discord, intrigue, and weakness in the political courts of the nouveau royal, bringing the government to the brink of collapse. But for you, a powerful government official, this is your opportunity to manipulate, bribe, and bluff your way into absolute power. To be successful, you must destroy the influence of your rivals and drive them into exile. In these turbulent times, there is only room for one to survive.
Hi, I'm Sam Malisi, and this is Back at the Closet, a show that highlights lesser-known games and how to introduce them to your friends. Coup is a fast-paced game where you try to eliminate your friends with skill and subterfuge, and is published by the indie boards and cards company. The game runs 2 to 6 players and takes about 15 minutes to play. The copy will cost about $13 to $15 and is recommended for ages 14 and up. When you open the box, you will find a rules booklet, 6 summary cards, a bag of coins, and 15 cards with faces on them. There are 3 copies of each type of card, and the deck is referred to as the court deck. When setting up a game, give each player a summary card so they can review the different actions they can take and ask questions. The summary card is a double-sided card that depicts the different actions a player can take on their turn in 2 different ways. You then give each player 2 coins. Coins are the main resource of the game and allows a player to perform different actions during their turn. Finally, you shuffle the court deck and deal each player 2 cards face down. These cards represent a player's influence. Each player knows what their own cards are and keeps them face down in front of them. A player's influence cards represent the player's ability to prove that they can use a relevant action or counteraction. With all players having their cards and coins, you are now ready to start playing the game. Since you will be the most familiar with the game, you should go first and walk everyone else through your turn. Each player gets a turn to do one of the actions on the summary card. Players can claim to have influence over any face card to perform the associated action or counteraction regardless of which cards they actually have face down in front of them, to which any other player can respond with a counteraction or a challenge. A player may choose any action they can afford on their turn. If a player chooses a character action, they must claim to have influence of the corresponding character. Any action or counteraction using influence can be challenged. When a player is challenged, they must prove they have the required influence by revealing the relevant card. If they don't prove it, the action fails and they lose the challenge. If they can prove it, the accuser loses the challenge and the revealed card is shuffled back into the court deck and a new one is drawn. Whoever loses the challenge loses influence. There are 5 different face cards: the ambassador, the assassin, the captain, the contessa, and the duke. Each card has an associated action and can be proven with the appropriate influence. The ambassador card proves that you can use the exchange action. This action allows a player to exchange their influence by drawing 2 cards and keeping any combination of 2 cards as their influence. The remaining cards are shuffled back into the court deck. This action cannot be blocked by another face card. The assassin card proves that a player can use the assassinate action. When a player takes the assassinate action, they can pay 3 coins and remove a player's influence. The coins are spent regardless of the success of the action. The captain card proves a player can perform the steal action. This action allows a player to take 2 coins from another player. This action can be blocked by another captain or an ambassador. The Contessa card doesn't have an associated action a player can take on their turn, but the Contessa does block the assassinate action. The Duke card proves a player can perform the tax action. This action allows a player to take 3 coins from the treasury. This action cannot be blocked by another face card. One of the best parts of Coup is that even losing can be fun. If you bluff your way into a calculated loss, and then rub it in the face of your friend, that's as rewarding as winning. Now, when describing Coup to your friends, try explaining that it's like rocks, paper, scissors meets bullshit. You know, the card game. This little game is extremely entertaining and should have a place of honor in everyone's closet. And because of that, I give it a rating of party game out of 10.